If you have fine hair, come to the room. You're welcomed. This is a space where fine hair girls can gather. Hey my lovelies, welcome and welcome back to my channel where I break down the fundamentals of my hair care. If you are new to this channel, guys, my name is Dina, and over here we talk about everything relaxed hair care. So if that is something that you are interested in, then by all means please do consider sticking around, giving this video a big thumbs up, and joining the hair gang family over here. Now let's get into pressing matters. Fine hair. I recently did a video about how does healthy hair look, and this was touched on a little bit, but I thought that I wanted to come and let's talk about it a little more, because I feel that the internet is flooded with people with coarse and thick hair, and oftentimes, girl, they can overshadow us fine hair girlies. They can, but there's space for us in this world. So today's video is us really breaking down what exactly is fine hair and how best to deal with fine hair, and these are some of the tips that I've picked up along the way. All right, so let's start off with what exactly is fine hair. Now, fine hair is not to be confused with thin hair. All right, we'll get into thin hair a little later, but fine hair has a lot to do with the circumference or diameter of a single strand of hair. So oftentimes people with coarse texture have a thicker strand, but people with fine hair have very, very thin strands of hair. A lot of the times it's compared to a thread. So try putting a piece of thread next to your hair, and that will determine whether or not your hair is fine. There are people who have different types of hair throughout their hair. So you would notice that maybe in the front of your hair is more fine, but in the middle, it's a little more coarse, a little thicker. Yes, that's the general rule of thumb of how to define fine hair. Let's consider the difference between fine hair and thin hair. So remember, fine hair is about a single strand and how thick that strand is, whereas thinning hair has a lot to do with the density or how much of those strands are on your head. So if you have limited fine strands on your hair is generally considered as thin. But even if you have fine hair but a lot of it, you can have thick hair. So there are people out there with fine, thick hair, and there's some people out there with fine, thin hair. So let's consider what causes fine hair. And girl, a lot of the times it's down to genetics, and that's something that you just can't change. A lot of the times as well, as we age, our strands tend to get finer. Like if you have persons who are up there in age around you, you would tend to notice that their hair not only gets finer, but it also gets thinner as well. And I also want to add a plug that your health as well can really contribute to the type of hair that you have. Now the question is, how do we care for fine hair? And let me tell you something, caring for fine hair differs significantly to how you care for coarse hair, because the strands are a lot more fragile. There are a lot of things that you cannot get away with. So let's get into best maintenance, at least from my perspective, on how to take care of fine hair. Now you want to be gentle. You really want to be gentle. So you know, that's one of the things that people tout around when it comes to relaxed hair care or healthy relaxed hair, or hair care in general. To be honest, doesn't really have to be relaxed, but you need to be gentle. You need to baby your hair. When your hair is fine, when I tell you, you cannot be doing the same things that people with coarse hair textures are doing. So sometimes I would see people blow drying their hair with a denim brush or with a paddle brush. It will result in breakage. My girl, you cannot get away with that. Your hair is going to snap off. Y2 combs are your best friends. Stay away from brushes, especially when your hair is wet. People with fine hair, also their hair looks flat. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with me always saying, I do not like straight hair. And that's one of the reasons why I don't like straight hair. Straight hair tends to make my hair look flat. And so to add a bit of volume, I always go for something curly. Case in point, I love curly hair because curly hair adds volume and it makes your hair look a lot bigger than it actually is. You may also want to consider going for a layered look, because the layered look tends to add a little bit more body and volume to your hair as well, to get away from that flat, straight appearance. Avoid tight hairstyles. As I mentioned, your strands are already very, very, very tiny. And so the tighter your hairstyles, the more chances of your hair breaking. I want you to consider a piece of thread compared to a piece of yarn. Now I know those are kind of polarized, but that's how I want you to think about fine hair versus coarse hair. A piece of yarn may be able to tie something really tight and may be able to withstand a lot of tension. A thread, on the other hand, if it's carrying something heavy, it's likely to snap and break. And that's why I believe that people with coarser hair types are better able to wear braided hairstyles as opposed to those of us with fine hair, because their hair can carry the weight of braids a lot better than us girls with fine hair. Another thing about fine hair is that it tangles a lot. It tangles a lot, and the tangles are a lot more challenging for you to detangle. Again, consider the yarn and the thread. If there's a whole bunch of thread bundled up together versus a whole bunch of yarn bundled up together, which one do you think you'll have more fun trying to detangle? Think about it that way. So people with fine hair, I think it's much more important for us to stick with moisture-based products, things that will give our hair a lot of slip to help to eliminate some of those tangles. Another key tip that I have for people with fine hair is detangling under running water. I know somebody asked the other day, but isn't relaxed hair a lot more fragile when it's wet? It really is. But from my experience, detangling my hair under running water helps the tangles to just flow from the top straight to the bottom, as opposed to me getting out of the shower and then battling with detangling my hair. I experience so much more breakage from that. It's ridiculous. So take that tip. If you don't take any of the tip, take that tip. If your hair is fine, try detangling under running water for best results. Another tip that I've come to realize is when you're blow drying your hair, girl, no comb attachment, no brush. Just use the air coming from the blow dryer to get your hair dry. Do not try to be combing it. Don't do anything. Don't do anything. Your hair will snag, your hair will break. And you know what? I picked this up when I went to my hairstylist the last time. She was actually trying to utilize her brush and her blow dryer at the same time with my hair. And then she stopped. She said, okay, this is not working. And that's when I became really conscious that she is literally looking out for the interest of my hair. With other hair types, you may be able to do that, but with fine hair, get the hair dry first and then you go in with a brush or comb to smooth it. That works wonders. That eliminates a lot of breakage. Your product choices actually matter. People with fine hair, product tends to absorb a little quicker. Also, when you put stuff on your scalp, it tends to get to the ends of your hair a little quicker as well. And so you want to be able to choose products that are not so heavy. Lighter hair products tend to work a lot better for fine hair type to avoid that heavy weigh down feeling. Just imagine your hair being light and fine and you have heavy product on your hair. Where are you gonna get bounce, girl? Your hair is just gonna look even more flat. So just be mindful of the type of products that you use to avoid your hair looking heavy and greasy and weighed down, because that's unattractive. And lastly, it's important for us to use strengthening products and bond building products. Yes, because our strands are so fine, it means then that they're more susceptible to breakage. They're weaker because of the thickness of them, right? Something that is fine and something that is thick, the fine thing is likely to break a lot easier, right? So when we're comparing the thread and the yarn again, remember the thread is likely to break a little easier than the yarn. So we need to find ways of incorporating more strengthening and bond building products into our hair regimen in order to sort of add a little bit more structure to our fine hair. So guys, those are just some of the tips that I would have learned over the last few years while taking care of my fine hair. Although my hair is fine, it is nicely compacted, so it's a little bit more dense, but at the same time, you guys know I'm battling with hair loss because of anemia, and so we're trying to regain that hair loss. I'm just wowed because I think a lot of the times, you know, how would my hair look if I wasn't losing hair? How would it really look? So I'm really excited to see how my hair transforms at the end of the year when I get my iron levels back to where they're supposed to be. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative. And of course, if you haven't yet already, please click the like button, join the Hair Gang family over here. And I try to upload videos almost every Sunday. So Until next week Sunday, take care. Bye.